Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give my spoiler-free review of Spider-Man Homecoming. It just came out yesterday. Now, I'm going to preface my review with saying this. It's going to be quick, spoiler-free. I enjoyed the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I enjoyed Spider-Man 1, I enjoyed Spider-Man 2, and I enjoyed bits and pieces of Spider-Man 3. I still think it was disjointed. I still think it had some ridiculous scenes. And I still overall thought it wasn't really that great of a movie. Amazing Spider-Man, I liked. Didn't love it, liked it. I thought it was fine for what it was trying to do. I mean, I liked that it introduced the lizard. And I thought it was, it was okay. I hated Amazing Spider-Man 3. Amazing Spider-Man 3 was garbage, dude. It was hot goddamn garbage. I mean, that's Amazing Spider-Man 3. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was hot garbage. Now, and then after that, Spider-Man was kind of in this weird area with Sony, and then if you've been keeping up with Sony and whatnot, you know that they were hacked, and Sony's in hard times right now. A lot of their movies aren't doing very well, and things were kind of messy, and then it kind of leaked that they were talking to Marvel about bringing Spider-Man to the MCU. Now, this is something that was unheard of, unthought about, like Spider-Man coming to the MCU. But when it was announced, I think I lost my shit, as if the world lost their shit. I was excited, I was happy, and I couldn't wait to see him. Then you see him in Civil War, and you saw him, and I told people, I was like, this kid is by far the best. He's going to be the best Spider-Man. I just got that vibe off of him. He was funny, he was witty. I'm like, okay, if I got to see more of this in a movie, I can't wait to see it. It's Spider-Man Homecoming. It is, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Like, Spider-Man 2 is a close second to it, but Spider-Man 2 is a lot like how I compare the Nolan trilogy to like the animated series. Sure, it's a good adaptation, but it's not the character, in my opinion. Like I liked Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, but like he wasn't very a funny Spider-Man. He wasn't a really good Spider-Man. And I went back and recently watched the original series, Spider-Man 1 and 2. I still love Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1 kind of aged funny. Like, it's still fine, but like it's not as good as I remember it being. Spider-Man 2 is still good. It's still a good movie. I still enjoyed the hell out of it. But some of the more melodramatic beats are just like a little over it. And I will end, some of the action beats don't, and some of the action is still fine. It's still good action, don't get me wrong. Other than the train scenes, some of the action sequences are kind of so-so. And he spends a lot of his time, and like, in contrast to seeing this movie. Now, it's funny, I really think Spider-Man 2 was so regarded at such a high level. I regarded it, but like, it was because it was the best Spider-Man movie by far, at the time. It's like, it would be like if, people love The Dark Knight and this new Batman came out, and it was fantastic, and it was really good, and it was more true to the Batman character, and it was more of the Batman character, it was more comic book-like, and people would look back at that other that other Dark Knight and be like, but that movie was better. But is it? Because the new Batman actually captured the character, and that's what I'm saying. The new Spider-Man captures Spider-Man better than any other Spider-Man ever, because the other Spider-Mans were all mopey. The other Spider-Mans were like always sad. They kept always sad about the whole Uncle Ben thing. The other Spider-Mans were always so melodramatic. But this Spider-Man is a kid. He is 15 years old, like he should be. He is having a blast being Spider-Man. By the way, he's the only superhero outside of Deadpool that has been presented on the big screen that is having fun being a superhero. Everyone else is mopey or serious or don't see it as a big deal. He is having fun. Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man. I can't see anyone else playing Spider-Man anymore. I can remember the past and remember how great those other actors are, but Tom Holland is Spider-Man, dude. He's got that wit, he's got that charm, he's got that enthusiasm, he's got that young spirited, blind, wide-eyed opening moments, and like he's just perfect casting all around. Robert Downey Jr. was a good compliment. I'm not going to spoil how much he was in the movie, but just know it's not the RDJ show. It's not the Robert Downey Jr. show. It's not the Iron Man show. He shows up through the movie and he plays a big part in Peter's life, and it's kind of cool to see that mentorship to him. How he looks at Peter and he sees like a younger version of himself. He really does. He sees it. He's like, this kid has got potential, and he sees it in Peter, and that's cool. By far, this villain has one of the best villains in a Marvel movie to date, with a Vulture, this blue collar working guy. I'm not gonna go into like why he becomes a villain, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, you know what? Like the thing about the Vulture is you understand why he's doing what he's doing, and he's not totally and he's not an evil man. He doesn't have this big plan to take over the world. It's a small scale, and that's the cool thing about this movie. It feels small scaled. It feels scaled down a bit. You know, it does. It feels like as big as it might seem at times, it's so small. And another thing is, which is something that a lot of people have kind of been back and forth on. I love the fact that it takes place in a high school. I love the kids. I like all the kids. I even like, you know what, like because my friend Seth, he got annoyed by Michelle, the one who kept showing up all the time. I actually thought she was charming because I thought she was doing that on purpose. Because I know girls like that in high school. I know people like that in high school. Not just girls, people like that in high school who just like fuck with people, who just do things like that. Which is why I was like, you know what? I would be annoyed, but I feel like she's doing that on purpose. And not to mention, I feel like she's gonna become a better person over the course of the movies. Like literally, you're gonna forget how bad she was in the original because she just didn't have any friends. But I liked her. She was charming. She showed up sporadically. She was that person, you know. There's always that person in the group, man. Like if you have a big enough group, one of those people or one of the dude who's just like, man, why is he moping? I don't know. He's all right. He's funny when he loosens up. Like it's always that person. So I like that. So I didn't mind her. I liked his friend Ned. He was funny. He had a bunch of funny bits. His teachers were pretty funny too. Played by two really good comedians. Hannibal Buress, his PE teacher. He was funny. He had a really funny line. Yeah, like I said, it is Easter eggs galore. I'll make a separate video about the Easter eggs in this movie, but it is Easter eggs galore. Now, I'm going to get on to a topic that some people are very divisive on. Mostly everyone likes this movie. Everyone digs this movie. Everyone enjoyed this movie. People are divisive on the suit, on the high-tech suit. It's not really a spoiler. If you've seen any trailers, you know that his suit has an AI system and whatnot. I liked it. I enjoyed it because it was different. This entire movie can be described as different. It's not like any other Spider-Man movie. Not really. Like, it really isn't. Like, to the way it feels, the way it is. You know, he never, like, even to the way he web slings, you'll see. Like, to the way he feels and the way he is, he just feels so green behind the ears. He's a rookie. And they really do a good job of pressing that across that he doesn't know what he's doing. So that's why I didn't mind the high-tech suit. Because even though he has the high-tech suit, it doesn't really help all that much. He still fucks things up. Because he's still a 15-year-old kid with a loaded gun. And the moral of the movie, which I don't think is spoiling either, is because he said in the trailer, if you like, you're more than just the suit. Yes, he has the suit, but just like Iron Man, yeah, he has that high tech suit, but the suit doesn't. But it's him operating it. It's all on him. At the end of the day, it's all on him. And even with the suit, he still has a hard time dealing with villains and whatnot. He still has a hard time doing what he needs to do. Which is why, which is why I kind of disagree with a lot of people who are saying who are upset about the suit, because I'm like. Three reasons really. One, he's friends with Iron Man. If you haven't noticed, Iron Man tricks out all of his friends. And he's not gonna let some 15-year-old kid run around in pajamas and because that on top of that, but in my opinion, the suit represents Iron Man's overprotectiveness of Peter. That he went so over the top to make sure nothing happened to this kid. Because he said, I don't want to spoil it. But in my opinion, in his mind, he's probably going to have the thought of, if something happens to this kid, it is on me. That is on me. And, he lives in this universe. If he lived, if he lived in a universe by himself, yes, sure, have the regular suit. But he lives in a techie world. Hell, today's a techie world. Imagine if fucking Tony Stark and super sciencey people had their way. So he needs a suit like that. And I like it. And I like his onboard AI system is a woman, and it's a charming ass AI system. And you'll see they have some funny bits. And he still fucks up with the suit. So I didn't have a problem with the suit. Two, they changed it up. You know, you're not going to look at that Spider-Man and think the same thing as the other Spider-Mans. The other Spider-Mans almost seem low budget. Not low budget, because Spider-Man is low budget, but almost seem less cool to me now, ever since I've seen this new suit. Because this new suit is just so fun. The other ones were just, they're colorful. But this new suit's so fun, and the possibilities of what it can do is so fun. The idea of what he can do are going to be fun, and the jokes he can get off of it are going to be fun. It has so much potential for the future. And number three really is, what? So many people are just like, you're messing with my Spider-Man. Dude, they done, people just don't like change, man. people don't like change, and I love the changes in this. I'm not gonna spoil it. There's another change, another thing that Seth and me disagreed on that I like because I don't want the plain old, same old kind of love interest like they usually do. And that's another thing. The love interest, Liz Allen, which is from right out of the comics too. I liked her as a love interest because she wasn't so. Because they didn't do it like Mary Jane, where it's just like this whatever girl. Like, this girl didn't even notice you until some tragic shit happened. No, she looked at me. Like, you got the vibe, and I did a good job doing that, honestly, of that she always kind of had an interest in him, but it was just kind of like a. Because, that's cool. It's not this whole, oh, she doesn't even notice you, and then the guy, and then it's not that stereotypical, oh, and then he gets the girl. No, she never talked above him. She always treated him with respect. She was a nice little charming little girl who always treated him, and she never came off like an asshole. She just came off like this sweet, innocent girl who genuinely had a liking for Peter. And you always felt it. It felt like it was Peter who was just being a scared kid, too scared to ask her out, when she always kind of was like, well, I kind of was into you, but you never said anything. So, I like the way they did that. I'd say my only complaint about the movie is that sometimes the CGI is a little wonky, but it's not too bad. It's not awful. It's just a little wonky to me sometimes. But by far, this is the most fun I had in a movie in a while. I had a blast with this movie. Like, it's one of my top. It's in my top 5. I put it at number. I don't know. It definitely make my top 10, but I don't know how far in it would make. It definitely make it might be number 7 in my top 10 superhero movies. Might be number 5 in my top 10 Marvel movies. But that's me just being subjective right there. Because I just really had it because it captured the character. I haven't seen a comic book movie capture the character like this since Deadpool. And, that's saying something. I haven't seen it in a while. So, yeah, this movie to me, it is all in, man. I'm all in on this Spider-Man. I'm all in on the sequel. Gimme. Like, gimme. I gave this movie a 9.5. I know it's high. I don't really give out high scores like that. You see my Doctor Strange score, it was like an 8.5. You saw my Guardian score, it was like an 8. You saw my what was my Civil War score? Well, my Civil War score was high, but you've seen my other scores. I don't give out this high of scores all the time. But this movie, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did. I really did. I had a blast. I watched it twice because I watched it the night of it came out. And Seth wanted to go see it again and wanted to go see it. And he was like, I'll pay your way. And I saw it again. I had fun with it again. I even noticed more Easter eggs. Holy shit, the Easter eggs. Anyways, thank you for joining me on Comic and Movie Show. Check out our spoiler review later today. Please comment below. What did you think about the movie? What was your complaints? What are the things you love? What are your favorite scenes? My favorite scene is a scene with the vulture, which is very intense. But I loved it. So, thank you for joining me on Comic and Movie Show. And I'll see you in the next one.